dearest pancakes, neighbors, cream pies, spaghettis, mga mamsers, mga Miss Ma'am, mga allies, ng ating mga tambayan. Welcome kayo lahat dito sa ating newest safe space. Ito po, where you can share your stories freely with no judgment, no discrimination. Yes! Ako po, muli ang inyong lingkod, si Adrian Vergara. This is Hendrix, your Ate Yen Yen, and let's talk about just ally things. So, ayun na nga. Ang saya-saya kasi lately, more than ever, dumarami na talaga ang ating mga allies, especially sa mga influencers, mga celebrities, mga very prominent people na mas nagiging vocal sa kanilang support, mas nagiging visible na rin sa kanilang support sa LGBTQIA+ friends natin. And yeah, maswerte kami because meron po tayong mga guests today. We have them on board. Yung isa pa nating guest, isa po siyang actress at host at wonder child extraordinaire. Let's all welcome Miss Rhea Atayde!
Grabe naman yung intro, Yen. Salamat.
Hey! Kamusta? Kamusta ang puso?
Sabok ka rin.
Kanino? I admire you, Rhea, kasi sobrang wonder child. Sobra. Ang talino.
It is an honor to be acknowledged and recognized as an ally.
So, speaking of ally, ano ba, what does an LGBTQIA+ QIA mean?
Ako parang kasi minsan nakakalimutan natin na, okay, acceptance is there. Definitely, there's acceptance dapat. Pero for me kasi, beyond that parang we should also be willing to help the LGBT. Kasi may privilege tayo And I think it's a matter of using our privilege to fight for the rights, for the equality, and to end oppression and judgment against them or towards them.
So, paano mo naman na ma-express or na-show being an ally?
Sabi mo nga, diba, vocal. Vocal ako. So, any issue I see that's pertinent to them. Like, for instance, that whole Pemberton, diba? As much as nakakatakot to speak up these days, these are issues that matter not only to us, because LGBTQIA is part of our community and our society. If they're not accepted, then neither are we.
May mga instances ba na nasubukan mong pagiging ally mo? Like, meron kang pinagtanggol or like, or ganon, or parang, girl, excuse me, parang ganon.
I'm blessed na wala masyado. Apart from the older people that I have to, not naman educate, but no, enlighten, help, assist. Di ba sobrang patriarchal kasi ng ano natin Hindi ano, bakla ka. Kailan pa naging derogatory word ang bakla? Explain.
Oh, hindi siya insult.
Exactly. Like, kunwari, may hihirit, bakla ka. Like, what's wrong with being, first of all, what's wrong with being bakla? You'd be so lucky to be part of that community. Come on. Pero yeah, more like that. Yung mas ganon, mga simple things. Thankfully, wala pa namang malaking issue na ganon. Even just correcting them with pronouns.
Kasi diba sa ibang countries may mga pride marches. And usually may mga prominent people, may mga celebrities na sumasali. At mas malaki na rin every year. At dito na rin sa Pilipinas, yung attendance ng Pride marches ay lumalaki every year. Have you been to one?
Hindi! Super gusto. Super. Si Gege last year, dapat pupunta ako. Kaso sobrang traffic kasi umulan. Tapos inindian ako ng team ko. So parang pupunta dapat pero busy na sige. Tapos parang pinaremit na lang. It's not meant to be. Universe said no today.
Paano yung importance, kunyari yung presence ng mga celebrities sa mga ganitong marches?
Kasi parang, yun again, may privilege din. And in our case, our privilege is our influence. I strongly believe kasi that we are blessed to share our blessings and use them wisely, di ba? So parang kunwari, may influence ka, bakit di mo gamitin para dun sa, not to sound self-righteous or anything, I always say this, parang, this is what I feel like is right. So sana, Kasi nga malaking tulong din if people see na accepted siya by us or at all, if it's accepted at all, mas nagiging normalized.
If ever na-attend ka na or if ever matuloy ka na sa Pride March, ano yung outfit mo? Anong attire?
Rainbow!
What?
Nakapag na ako last year. Tie-dye na rainbow and leggings and nice big platform rubber shoes.
Meron ka bang isinasa puso na cause sa community? Yung pinaka-malapit sa puso
I think
mo?
same-sex union. Kasi sobrang important yun. It's a right. Imagine, I remember, may nagkwento sa akin, parang magjowa sila, and yung jowa passed away. Or parang nasa hospital, tas mamamatay na, and they weren't letting him in. Na partner siya for X number of years already. Na estranged din from the family yung guy. So parang, because you guys don't see this as acceptable.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, my God, it's 2020. May pandemya nang nangyari. Come on, let's keep up. Pero yeah, ganun. Parang I strongly believe kasi that, you know, cheesy as it is, love is love.
Yes.
Diba? So it's a matter, I think, of really making it more accepted. And how do we get there? Let's take it day by day and step by step. Kasi ako rin, hindi ko rin alam. But we start with ourselves. In our circles, I guess.
Do you have any friends or family? Parang may natutunan ka ba about their stories? Or naging malaki din ba yung influence nila sa'yo?
I love my LGBTQIA++ friends. As in a lot of my decisions in life, parang I consult them. Influence more talaga on fashion. Like, t-shirt, shorts lang ako as a person. So, minsan kailangan ko yung paalala na, hoy, umayos ka naman, mag-ayos ka kahit konti, magsuklay ka, mga ganun. Pero, apart from that, I think what I love most about my LGBT friends is that I see actually in general, just about the community, how resilient they are and kasi ang hirap, my God, kanina lang umiyak ako dahil sa basher. Alam mo yun, ang hirap.
Why?
Basta, that's another story for another.
Okay.
But imagine, di ba, parang ako, one day lang, every time I experience that, one at a time. But them, almost every day of their lives, they have to deal with this sense of not being accepted, this sense of being not fully recognized. Alam mo yun, like, that on its own, yung tapang I don't know if it's a coincidence lang, but a lot of my LGBT friends are always the ones that remind me to be happy. Like, there's always something to be happy about. Whatever it is, I'm grateful for my family and friends that are part of that community. Kasi sobrang integral nila sa process ko as a person. I mean, meron akong friends na hindi na kinailangan to come out, pero meron din akong friends na hindi tinanggap ng pamilya. And grabe yung paghanga ko sa kanila. Yung parang, I wouldn't know how I would handle. Sabihin ng tatay mo, sabi anak, fuck, di kita anak dyan. Hello, no? What the hell? The heart talaga. I feel like you need to have a tough heart. Kasi hindi madali. I mean, from the outside, I'm like, whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with, man.
Yeah. Ngayon na, nauuso yung mga BL series, ganyan. Kamusta? How do you feel na nagiging popular na ngayon ang mga BLs? And, gusto mo ba maging part ng cast?
Okay. Sige, let's break. Okay, first of all, I love that this genre's like rising, especially in our country. That's love, you know? Second, I really hope that someday it wouldn't have to be called BL. Why not call it love? Diba? Isn't that a goal? Like, I love it though. As in, ang ganda rin ng stories. And do I want to... Definitely.
Yes.
Oo naman. Super. Game na game.
Direct JP.
Baka naman.
Gege. Kasampalan daw ng isang bida. Lalalala.
Pero gusto ko ako yung mabait na parang, sige lang, go lang. Wow, ako pala yung nasasaktan mo.
Submissive lang.
Gusto nga ilabas ng kailangan kong iiyak in life.
Ngayon, kasi diba parang ganun nga kalakas yung influence ng ating mga LGBTQ friends and family. May request kung meron ka bang item or items na parang, yes.
Wala ka. Parating sinasabi sa akin ng BFF Next Malo is the face mask. So, face mask. Kasi hindi nga ako maarte in life, diba? Tapos ito, glasses. Kasi kinailangan ko na for pag nag-zoom ako. So, siya po friend. Sila pumipili for me kasi hindi ako.
Ang ganda. Meron pa tayong isang guest. He's a member of the Metro Manila Pride na sobrang active na speaker on SOGIE at nagkakonduct din ng workshops. At siya rin lang naman po ang ating Miss Trans Global. Yes! Let's all welcome the Queen, Miss Nala Habijong.
Hi again, Ate Judith, without a name. And of course, to my love, Rhea. Hello sa inyong dalawa.
Yes, Mela. Sa tingin mo, bakit ganun ka-important for celebrities like Rhea na nagra-rally at nagsi-speak up for the community?
Siguro I just want to bring in the conversation how much Rhea is not only an ally in public, but also in private. Because I got to work with her and she became a good friend of mine. And not only was she a friend, but she's someone whom I can count on. And she's a cheerleader of mine. In how Rhea and other celebrities who call themselves as allies, they extend the message of inclusion na bahagi kami ng lipunan at dahil bahagi kami ng lipunan, bahagi kami ng may karapatan na danasin ang pag-ibig, na danasin ang kilig, na danasin ang biyaya ng pagiging tao. Pag sinabi natin ang salitang alay ako, walang ifs, walang buts. Laging, I am an ally because I love my LGBTQ+ siblings.
Ano yung pwede mong ma-advise? And especially, marami din tayong mga allies na sa viewers. Parang how do you deal ba with these bashers ba? Or any tips?
Bashers will always hate an aspect of us because they don't know the journey. And if we look at our journeys, it's what matters most. I become the person that I am today because I've gone through the conquering of fear that I may have that future that is not fortunate, that is not acceptable, and that won't be respected. Kaya kung ikaw man ay may takot at kung ikaw man ay natatakot na harapin yung ibang tao na huhusga sa iyo, always remember that there are people who are willing to hold your hand because hindi ka nag-iisa sa laban. Laging mayroong mga taong, isa ako doon, na hahawak sa iyong kamay dahil hindi ko lang ito laban, hindi mo lang ito laban, laban natin ito. And when we go together, when we fight together, we are a strong force that no one can reckon with.
Ano yung maipapayo mo sa mga alay? Parang what should we do directly para to avoid these situations? Lalo pa ngayon na meron din tayong other set of people na super woke naman, na may call-out culture din na sobrang to the extreme din.
Siguro dun muna sa mga allies natin na nagkakamali, don't be too hard on yourself.
Thank you.
We commit mistakes. Ako, as I went through my transition, I also discovered that people around me transitions. Mahalagang panghawakan natin yun because we are journeying together. If you commit a mistake, it's okay. As long as you are willing to be corrected and you are willing to correct yourself, you are a great ally. Para naman dun sa mga kapatid nating woke and laging, kumbaga, aggressively correcting people, I am with you. But let's also hold on to the fact that this is a journey and it will take time. And let's enjoy the taste of the journey that we are taking. Again, as we transition, our society also transitions.
Yeah, meron bang may ganong situation ka rin ba? Nagkaroon ng naalangan ka rin or may nasabi ka na offensive?
Nasabing offensive? Siguro yung calling my trans man friend yung girl name niya. It takes time. I'm sure meron ring ibang mga instances, pero yun yung pinaka-vivid na tumatak sa akin. I remember na parang, no, that's not right. That's not right.
Naka-attend ka na raw ba ng SOGIE workshop before?
You know what? I had genders class kasi in Lasal. It's part of our curriculum. So, not per se a workshop, although I would like to attend one. Gege, actually, I'm waiting on it pa rin. You know what? Okay, sometimes kasi, I forget na there are people who are out na sa akin lang. So, minsan si Chika, alam mo, he was with his boyfriend. Alam mo yun? Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Yun na yung pinaka mga naisip ko.
Ako, nung high school ako, meron akong sinasabi na siya na lang ang hindi nakakaalam na bakla siya.
Oo!
At high school ako noon. Pero mali po yung concept na yun, ha?
Kaya yung mga nasa on, kasi they always question yung mga celebrities na kunwari closet, kineso. So what? They're gonna come out when they want. Let them be. Huwag mo katukin na.
Then kunyari meron ka bang message to someone, mga young viewers natin na nagsa-struggle pa rin with their sexual identity or dun sa mga hindi pa ma-accept ng sarili nilang family?
I really think kasi acceptance starts with yourself. It will take time. Take things day by day. I can't really say much because I didn't have to go through the process that you're going through, but my friends have, and I know that they lived through it. And every dog has his day. Your day will come. You will be accepted. You will feel that acceptance.
Any message to the all viewers?
Continue to support BL. Someday we will just call it love, but till that day happens, continue to support.
And thank you so much, Ria. Napaka-heartwarming at sobrang saya na pag-uusap natin. Maraming salamat for your time. At ngayon naman, meron tayong bagong another guest. So, isa din po siyang celebrity ally, pero sobrang fierce, sobrang vocal, at the same time, sobrang beautiful inside out. Siya lang naman ang official daughter ng ating pancakes na si Ian and Paolo Pangilinan. Walang iba, ang baby pancake natin, si Kaki Pangilinan! Kamusta naman ang iyong puso, Kaki?
Ibang klaseng tanong, yung pressure. My go-to response nowadays when people ask me, even kahit man lang how are you, etc. It really could be better, but it also really could be much, much worse.
Gusto rin namin malaman, at tinanong din namin si Ria earlier, ano for you ang definition mo or concept mo ng isang ally?
I think to me, allyship is always going to be about supporting the community more than anything, diba? Like, it's about what they want. It's not about what I want. It's not about what I might think is correct. It's not about because I've never experienced the things that people in the LGBTQ community have experienced. First and foremost, just about demanding equality also. If you make also like allyship sort of like, it's like a superhero like sort of like thing. Like, no, we should normalize allyship, diba?
Ano naman yung parang, kumbaga, what endears within sa buong LGBT community? Parang, why are you so fond of the LGBT community?
I mean, not to be like that girl who's like, I have gay friends, but like I do have a lot of gay friends. I have a lot of people who are really cool. I'm not saying that as an excuse. Like, in other words, like, that's not me trying to say like I have gay friends so I can't be homophobic. Like, of course, there's also a lot of internalized homophobia in our culture, and I think that it takes a lot of effort to unlearn that, consciously unlearn that. I think I was pretty homophobic until I was like 11 siguro or 12. Kasi prior to that, I didn't have social media. I didn't really learn about other people. I didn't really have friends in school who were gay. And unfortunately, growing up in sort of a very conservative country, diba? Like, I didn't even realize it at that point. Like, I never like once like outright like had any hate in my heart, I guess, for the LGBTQ community. But at the same time, there's a lot of different kinds of homophobia, diba? It's a lot of stuff that you don't even realize siguro. Most, if not all, of my gay friends are all amazing creatives who like really, really inspire me ridiculously in the work that they do every single day. And that means the world to me. And I honestly don't know. I don't know where I'd be without my friends. I don't know why the world isn't just giving them what they deserve, which is just basic rights. No, just it's the most basic thing, and it's so sad that they still have to fight for it. But I think we'll all be right there with them as they fight for it. No?
May nagsabi rin na usually yung mga most passionate and most creative people ay yung mga oppressed. Tatawagin lang natin muli si Miss Mela Habeljong.
I am so happy to be meeting Pang Pang's daughter. I'm in backstage and I was hearing your views. One, parang sinasabi mo kanina is that you were once a homophobic, and that's totally fine because understanding the LGBTQ plus community is a journey in itself, because we were acculturated into a society in which feels and thinks that LGBTQ plus community is wrong, diba? So wala kang fault about it because we were born into that society. But what I'm happy about is that you unlearned it. And when you unlearned it, when you opened up your heart to the community, parang dun mo mas nakilala at mas nakita yung beauty and talent. And no, napag-uusapan nga kanina, parang the most oppressed or the most creative and the most talented. Yes, because somehow being part of the community is, kumbaga parang we know that we don't have the space right now. But what we do is that we look into the strengths that we have and we learn, we manifest it, and we strengthen them so that we will be able to come across to the world in which we will tell them that I am beyond it, beyond your stereotypes. I am beyond the labels that you are giving me, because at the end of the day, I have gifts. And you can enjoy these gifts as well.
The best way also to touch a lot of people and honestly to educate a lot of people, I've been realizing recently, it's a lot to do also with making sure that it affects their heart. You know what I mean? Because I think that a lot of times when you read statistics or when you read numbers, people tend to lose empathy, or people, like, there's no empathetic connection there with statistics. There's no empathetic connection with But when you actually meet people and interact with people and interact with also their work that allows you to feel something, you know, that's what really starts like this beautiful sort of internal change also. And I'd love for more. That's why I'm so thankful for Gaia, because I think that's exactly also what it's been doing, you know, as a project. It's like so many people now are watching this and realizing, and there's so many gay kids in the Philippines now watching this, and a bunch of other BL series who are saying like, oh, like, you know, because we're living in this unfortunately still super conservative country, we have to remedy that with projects like this, with art that appeals to the masses and with art that will appeal to everybody in their hearts and in their souls. And that's why I'm so thankful for Gaia, and I'm so thankful for all of our, oh my gosh, all of the creatives nga who have been working tirelessly to make all of this stuff.
Bakit ganun kahirap? And ngayon, pag-usapan natin, kasi sobrang fresh ang usapan na ito at mainit hanggang ngayon, ang SOGIE Bill. Bakit ba sobrang hirap i-accept or tanggapin ng mga tao itong bill na to at makita yung importance or value ng bill na ito sa marami? So, let's start from you, Kathy.
A lot of fear comes from ignorance. I've realized that actually with a lot of my friends, a lot of people, we tend to shy away from things that we don't know or things that we aren't so familiar with, which is also really ironic because the SOGIE Bill in itself is supposed to protect that, right? And it's supposed to help educate people. But the problem is that, you know, so many parts of it can get so convoluted. There's a lot of fake news online. I read a post pa nga earlier today that was saying like, oh, if the SOGIE Bill is passed, then somebody, like an 8-year-old girl can marry a 91-year-old man and there's no problem with it. And I was like, wait. That is not what the SOGIE Bill is about. Like, why is that? And like, that's the problem, unfortunately, because now also with the internet and with digital media and the rise of all of this, you know, all of this sort of like the Facebook machine that's going on right now, people tend to bounce off one another's ideas instead of like reading the facts, and instead of reading the bill for themselves, they just sort of bounce off of the hysteria of other people, diba? Which is unacceptable. And people truly need to start realizing that, people who are close-minded obviously, because there's no, yung parang, diba, why are you so threatened? Why are you so threatened by the idea of people who are like human beings just like you, just getting rights and being a protected class precisely because they lack the protection, diba? It's not like, tapos I read that other, where somebody said that super special privileged class na, diba? Or like elite class na daw yung
elite
LGBT.
class na raw.
Elite class na raw. And it's like the whole point of the SOGIE Bill, and the whole point, like there's a reason why we'll never pass a law that protects people who don't need protection, diba? The whole point of the protections, is that they're necessary, unfortunately necessary. And I think that that's the thing that people just need to get through their thick skulls in order to in order to understand na parang, like what if the tables were turned? What if it was like straight people were oppressed, like because they want to be oppressed so bad? Like a lot of cishet people out there want to be oppressed so bad. So if it really was you who was being oppressed, wouldn't you want equal rights? Diba? It's that simple, honestly, and I don't get why people can't be more empathetic.
How about you, Miss Mala?
For the longest time, the argument will always be in the Bible or hindi kayo normal. And I'm like, so ano kami? Sinong gumawa sa amin? Diba? Ano ba?
So you know what we gotta do to all those Bible quoters who choose to use that for their hate and who choose to use that for their negativity? We pray for them. That's what they do. Sa kanila ang thoughts and prayers natin. We're not gonna waste any more time and energy like always fighting na lang those people whenever it comes and turns around, diba? So just sa kanila yung thoughts and prayers, and to the people who need it, that's where the action goes. That's what I firmly believe.
And to quote Jesus, I just want to quote Jesus. Sabihin na lang natin sa kanila, bless them, O Lord, hindi ko nila alam ang kanilang ginagawa.
Shout out dun sa aking ex na nag-convert siya into Christian. Naging born again. Bigla nang sinabing anti-LGBTQ siya kasi si Adan at si Eva lang yung create ng God niya.
Buti na lang ex mo na siya. You found the light!
Ma'am, sinabihan niya ako na parang nahihiya daw siya kay God for staying with me. Parang, ha? Anyway, charik. Sa tingin nyo, mapapasa? Ano to fearless forecast. May papasa pa kaya ang SOGIE Bill in your lifetime? Yes.
I am hopeful. I am hopeful. Let's just not vote for the following people. Can I name names?
Yes. Oh!
Yung mga people na against sa SOGIE Equality Bill. So itong mga to, I think to those of you who are watching right now, I encourage you to please register. Because when you register, you have the capacity and the power to vote by 2022. At pag alam nyo na yung kapangyarihan nyo sa 2022, you know who to vote. And these are the people who will support and uphold the dignity of every LGBTQ+.
Okay, so ito pala kanina, sabi kasi ni Ria kanina na never pala siya naka-attend ng Pride March. Kaya ikaw ba, Kaki, naka-attend ka na ba or you're planning? Pero kasi kung naka-attend ka, anong attire mo? Wow!
Ano nga ba susuotin ko? I think, no, but I have a really interesting story actually about Pride March. My best friend and I went to the States in summer of 2018 because we were touring colleges, because it was our junior year, etc. And so we went to the States for a week. We packed our bags, and it was just her and me. And then we met up with another friend, like a family friend in LA. And then he offered to drive us over to San Francisco, which is like that was a really long drive. I forget now if it was like 6-7 hours. But it took much of the morning, and we were so excited. We wanted to leave super early because it was the day of San Francisco Pride March, right? So when we got to San Francisco, unfortunately, we were literally like 40 minutes late to the actual, like to the big of the parade. But really cute. We rode the BART, which is the subway system in San Francisco. And when we were on the BART, everybody also was there in their costumes, in their tutus, in their like face paint, etc. And it was just so cute, like just to see everybody sort of like happy to have lived through the day, happy to have experienced meeting new people, making new friends, and then like just on the way home na, you know what I mean? Like we saw the aftermath.
Marami pang Pride kang attendant ka. And we are looking forward to partying with you.
I think I would wear like all white, so that if there's anybody with like face paint, or if there's anybody, diba? Like I'd want something like that. I'd want like so that I can take it off at the end of the day, and it's like a memory. Like I can keep the shirt.
Anyway, meron na tayong activity. Ready ba kayo?
Okay.
Connected pa rin to sa gaya sa pelikula. And thank you again for sharing your song, Kaki. Meron tayong actingang game.
Okay.
Ready na? Yes, Direct JP, Gege. Ito na po ang kanilang audition piece for season 2. Kung magkakaroon ng season 2.
Oh, ready po ako. Ready. So, season 2 po pinag-usapan, auditions, ready po ako for the role of Ian's girlfriend to be.
Sige, Sige, babalikan kita. Unahin muna natin si Kaki. Hindi! Isa ka pa! Wala magbabago doon! I'm taking you home. Ano ba?
Sensya po, nandito po ba si Vlad?
Gather! Gather!
Nandito po ba si Vlad?
Honey Juliet, gather!
Direct chicken.
Yun na.
Pasigat na po. Okay, si Miss Melo naman nakala. Hindi! Isa ka pa! Wala magbabago doon! I'm taking you home.
Hi, Vlad. Sabi ko sa'yo sa akin ka na lang. Hindi ka iiyak. Hindi ka masasaktan. Because with me, you will always be comfortable. With me, hindi ka magdududa sa sarili mo. Kaya Vlad, alis na. Pasok ka sa bahay ko. Gagawin ko lahat, makuha ko na yung role na yon.
For Mela, any parting words, especially di ba kanina, kasama natin si Ria and now si Kaki, and I'm sure marami pang ibang celebrity allies. What is your message for them?
Thank you for valuing our lives. Thank you for valuing our rights. And thank you for just valuing the relationship that we have with each other. Rest assured that your allyship will remain as gold for us. It is a treasure that we will always value for the rest of our lives. Kasi kayo yung nagpakita sa amin na hindi pa huli ang lahat. And there will always be rainbow after the rain.
Ngayon naman para kay Kaki, what do you hope to see in the next 10 years for the LGBTQIA+ community? And ano rin yung message mo for your fellow celebrity allies?
With the whole SOGIE Bill conversation, especially nowadays, I just keep remembering when the RH bill, when it was still a bill, when it wasn't a law yet, right? They tried to do the same thing. They tried to do the same thing. The church was so against it, everything like that. When all of the discourse surrounding it, all of the negative discourse surrounding it, majority of the negative discourse was baseless and lacking in facts, which is exactly what's happening again now with the SOGIE bill, right? They said the RH bill would never get passed. It would never. Now it's the RH law. I have such faith that the SOGIE bill will pass because it's such a vital part now of society, especially in 2020. I feel like we're just, we need that sort of breakthrough. We've been waiting for that sort of breakthrough in Filipino culture for the last 30, 40 years. Diba? For everybody to be accepted. And it's sort of just, it's like a lifelong struggle that I feel as if now, especially when things look so bleak, we need that now. Tama, we need the rainbow after the rain, no?
Itong mga pinag-usapan natin, lahat ng shinare ni Miss Mela at shinare ni Miss Kaki, magsilbi itong lakas para sa inyo. Kung kailangan nyo ng tapang or kailangan nyo ng lakas, andito kami para sa inyo. Kung kailangan nyo ng more love, andito kami para sa inyo. Dumadami na talaga tayo. At yes, I cannot wait sa next Pride na magyayakapan lang tayo at magbibigay lang tayo ng love sa isa't isa. Thank you. Let's cross the rainbow when we get there. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you so much. At ako po si Adrian Vergara, your Ate Janet, and this is Just Alley.